Great, now we're going to talk about the utility ethic. So it comes from Jeremy Benton, Stewart Mill, and the basic premise is the greatest amount of pleasure for the least amount of pain. But the question is, for whom, right? So this is the criticism. It can also lead to self-interested reasoning, the greatest amount of pleasure for the least amount of pain. Well, greatest amount of pleasure for me, and least amount of pain for me. I don't care about other people. And of course, typically in policy decisions, ideas of utility wind up disenfranchising the poor or also minority groups. Let me give a couple of examples of utility in action. According to utility ethic, it would be okay to have a country like North Korea because the leader of that country has a tremendous amount of pleasure from the lifestyle that he has achieved, even though other people in that country are suffering tremendously. It's the greatest amount of pleasure for him, even though it's pain for others. You can also look at it, for example, in layoff decisions at a factory. You can say, well, we have to lay off a third of the workforce so another 2/3 can keep their job. Well, that's a tremendous amount of pain for those who have been laid off and some degree of pleasure for those who get to keep their jobs. Okay. You could do the same thing. Well, as a boss, I'm going to tell my subordinate to do this because it'll make me look better, even though it'll make their average workday a little bit more difficult. So those are ways that utility can be utilized. Great. In our next video, we'll talk a little bit about reasoning with ethical principles.